Hey everybody, it's Carlos with the Interest Rant Podcast. How are you? It's been a long time. Over a year, it seems like. Because I just uploaded every audio version of our podcast to Anchor. Um if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for coming to our YouTube. We appreciate you holding out for us. We have fallen out of wrestling for a while. I don't know where everyone else is at. I can't speak for Nick, Remy, or Mark. We may or may not do an episode post All Out, but I wanted to speak about All Out 2021. As I mentioned, it's been over a year since we recorded, and yeah, man, let's get into it. So I'm gonna give you my predictions. Which was funny is the last time I gave our last episode that was uploaded was a Ramp Diary, which is also going to be this. Also, I'm going to transition just to show you my logo because I also have a gaming slash entertainment podcast called Nerd Day. And you can find me there. That's right. I'm Carlos at nerd underscore a underscore day. You can find me if you also just like if you like wrestling, most likely like video games, most likely. Yeah, I mean, hit me up there. What's up? Give me a follow. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm talking about? My YouTube is in the link below. So yeah, let's talk about All Out 2021. So we're gonna be coming from the Now Arena in Chicago, suburb of Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Sorry, I'm reading off Wikipedia. This is horrible. Also, don't ignore the water, adult beverage, coffee. Oh no, Popeyes is right here. You can't see my Popeyes. That's good. That would be like really really rude. Also I need a refund. Grubhub needs to refund me. Anyway, besides the point. If you watch Nerd Today stuff, this is normal. Actually, if you watch anything I do, this is normal. Most of my ramp diaries are like this. But yeah, so let's kick it in. Let's go right into it. Let's just go right into it, and we'll talk about some things when they pop up. So we have All Out emanating from Chicago, as I mentioned, or right out of Chicago, should I say? Wikipedia has like a breakdown of the storylines. Dude, that's awesome. All right. So if you guys need an update for the storylines, check out the Wikipedia. We'll get you there. Get you caught up. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna go through the matches. Last night, I don't know if I doubt anything's gonna get announced tomorrow at AEW's Rampage. AEW, by the way, now has a new show, a 1 hour show called AEW Rampage. I believe this week is week 4, 3 or 4, I forget. Episode 2 though, banger, banger. Episode 1 and 2, really good. 1 front to back, 2 front. The front was the best part. All right. Anyway, so let's get into this. This got announced last night on AEW Dynamite. Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, new to AEW, and Jurassic Express. So we have basically the best friends without Trent, and Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt versus the HFO as Matt Hardy, Private Party, um, and TH2. So Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, and Angelico and Jack Evans. The 10-man tag team. Um, I don't know. By the way, I also don't know the order of these matches. It seems like this is how it would go down, and if it does, I don't know. It seems like a lot for the very beginning. I guess this is a match that gets you hype, right? So we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna give it to the HFO. Just out of the bite. I feel like they need wins anyway. See, we got Orange Cassidy recently just beat Matt Hardy, and I believe that he just beat Jack Evans last night. Last night was a blur because I was also like personal life stuff. I have a sick kid. Kid was really sick and up a lot, and I was also recording a video for again Nerd Day. So I did not see that, and then yeah. So there's that. I feel like the HFO is going to win. I feel like they've had a lot of losses. I'm just going to go out on a limb on there. So next we have the 21 woman casino battle royal for the AEW Women's World Championship. Now this was actually supposed to be on the pardon me the buy-in. It has been replaced. It has been moved to the main card only because Andrade El Idolo. Also, if you just watch Entrance Reign, which I highly doubt, it's only 30 of you guys, and I'm pretty sure 20 of them are my family. Uh, Andrade is Andrade Skianamas from WWE, if you remember him, or you know, Mexican wrestler. He has moved over to AEW. He's re-debuted. His Chavo Guerrero on the side. He was supposed to be taking on Pac, but as announced by Tony Khan last night during Dynamite, unfortunately there is some travel issues with Pac. So that has been postponed until a future episode of Rampage, which I would most likely probably be the main event. That would be cool. Andrade is taking on somebody. I don't see it. That got announced, and I don't see that updated on here. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be on the main card or if that's gonna be a buy-in match. If it's on the main card, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about that at the very end because I feel like what I think might happen. All right, so let's talk about the 21 woman battle royal. This is like most of the casino battle royals. There's like suits and all this stuff. I always get confused by the rules. I think you get like called by suits like spades, clubs, and hearts, and then there's obviously the Joker card. Joker card in the past has been for someone to debut, whether men or women battle royals. So let's kick it off, man. So we have the former AEW Women's Champion Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa, who recently signed to AEW full time. The Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, who's been seemed pretty impressive on Dark and Elevation. I think a lot of people, at least online, seem pretty well versed in her and like her repertoire. And she seems like she's gaining some steam. Ty Conti, shout out to you, Nick. That's for you. Diamante, uh, Penelope Ford from Philly. I don't. Well, she lived in Philly for a long time, and that's for Mark. You're welcome. Red Velvet, stir it up. Hikaru Shida, the former, the most recent AEW Women's Champion, besides who we have now as champion. I'm all over. Emi Sakura, who has just not immigrated, but is going to be working in the U.S. for a while. Jade Cargill, who is pretty much a total package other than in ring, and I'm not saying that in a rude way. She is she has everything but in ring right now, and her in ring's not horrible. It's just she's new. She has it. I could tell. I could tell from a mile away. She has it. Once that gets lined up with the rest of her, like personality, body wise, everything, yo, total package. Total package. Right now, we're at a 85%. That 15 hasn't loaded up yet. Once that loads up, gone. Kira Hogan, who it's not fully like all elite. Apparently, there's tiers to that, which we just found out recently. If you read online, she's not all elite yet, but she just immigrated from. I want to say immigrated. She's just left Impact Wrestling and now works for AEW pretty much. Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kylie King, Rebel, not Reba, Jamie Hayter, who just came back from injury. Anna Jay, who just also came back from injury, and two women to be determined. Now, one of those women, I believe, is going to be the Joker, and that Joker card will be Ruby Soho. If you have no idea who Ruby Soho is, she was Ruby Riot and WWE and NXT, and she was Haiti Lovelace originally on the Indies. She has rebranded herself as Ruby Soho. She had a couple of awesome vignettes that she's released on Twitter. You can check out her Twitter. They're really good, and they all lead to her going to Illinois, or it says Illinois. I'm not even sure if she's from Illinois, but yeah, I think she's going to be the Joker. I think it's obvious. I think AEW is a perfect place for her. Someone with the know how, the in ring work, She's healthy. She's the healthiest she's ever been at this point with her time off from being released from WWE, and as well, uh, I'm looking at the list right here. I would say she's the most seasoned wrestler out of everyone. I would be her, Diamante, um, Ty's really coming under her own, and Thunder Rosa, I would say, right? And Hikaru Shida, pardon me, and Emi Sakura, like that little group. Those are like the like everyone else. Obviously they have their own things to them. Abaddon's a character. Kira's like fresher, and I'm unfortunately I'm not super familiar with her work. I know she was Impact Knockouts champion, a tag team champion. Pardon me. So yeah, I think she's gonna be the Joker. I'm not sure who the last person would be. That'd be interesting to see. So I'm not even gonna speculate. I just think I obviously know. I feel it in my soul that that she's gonna be the Joker. All right, moving on. We have John Moxley, who was recently not stripped. I guess he lost to Lance Archer his IWGP US heavyweight championship. Which, by the way, another cool development in the past year. New Japan has a working relationship with AEW, despite all the craziness. That feels like a podcast topic though for another time. So John Moxley will be taking on Satoshi Kojima, former IWGP heavyweight champion, Japanese legend, strong style guy. This is gonna be an ass whooping. These two dudes are gonna beat the shit out of each other. You understand me? They're gonna beat the shit out of each other, and then at the end, they're gonna bow to each other and be bros and drink beer. Because that's what happened last time when Moxley took on what's her name, Yuji Nagata. You know what I mean? Like he's doing the Japanese roll around, and also kind of further storyline because Moxley wants a match with Tanahashi. Tanahashi's not coming to America. I think he has a match in America with I think it's been rumored Ibushi, but for the U.S. Championship because now he is the U.S. Championship. Lance Archer transitioned that title over to him at the New Japan has a New Japan Strong like pay per view. Also, Osprey's now in America. So that's interesting. See how that goes. Again, that's another topic. We're just talking about AEW specifically. I think Moxley's gonna go over on this one. New dad, no, not that specific. No, I think he's just gonna be Kojima and just kind of further that storyline. He wants Tanahashi. He already took out Nagata. He already took Kojima. He wants Tanahashi. He wants the ace of New Japan. Whether that plays out in New Japan Strong, or AEW, it remains to be seen, but we'll see. Next, we have Paul White. Yes, that's right. Yes, the Paul White. And right there, copyright claim where our channel is. Oh no. What? Did that really just appear on the thing? We're gonna take that in stride. I'll try to wrap this up quick. Apparently, I have no SD card. Never happened before. Paul White will be taking on QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado in his corner, as well. I believe the Gun Club because they just turned heel last night. Spoilers. Whatever, man. Colton, Austin, and Billy Gunn just turned heel instead of Paul White, which is weird. I'm used to Paul White turning heel randomly for no reason and then face for no reason. So yeah, former Big Show. This is his AEW in ring debut. He's been a color commentator on Elevation and was he on Rampage? No, that's Mark Henry. So yeah, I think Paul is gonna go over unless like the factory takes him out, which I'm not really too excited about this match. No offense to everyone. I'm excited to see how healthy Paul White is, and he's taking a long time off. So it'd be interesting to see. Next, I think one of the most important matches of the night: Chris Jericho versus MJF in a singles match. But the stipulation is, if Jericho loses, he must retire for in-ring competition. Now, when these play out like this, there's always one like, all right, everyone's like, all right, well, obviously Jericho's going to win. Is he though? And this is not a knock towards Jericho. He still has it, and he just showed that during the labors of Jericho. You know, wrestling Juventud Guerrera. He wrestled Juventud Guerrera. Like Hoovy, the juice. He wrestled Nick fucking Gage. MDK. All day. Former Game Changer Wrestler championship. He just went through this whole labor, and I think in my heart of hearts, MJF is going to win. And I say that with this is this is literally Jericho passing the torch to MJF. This is him putting his all of his know-how, his trust and everything into MJF. Like, you are truly the future of this business, of this company. Here you are. And this is the last thing you need. MJF doesn't necessarily need a championship just yet. It'd be awesome when he's eventually TNT championship and or, you know, world champion. But this specifically, I think is going to be the most important thing for MJF. And I think MJF deserves it. He is a consummate heel, the biggest piece of shit in wrestling, unless you're a Game Changer fan, and that's Matt Cardona. He's two best heels in the game right now. But yeah, MJF, I think this is his time, and I think he's gonna win. And whether clean, dirty, doesn't matter. I think he's gonna win, and this is Jericho passing the torch. And I would love, I know MJF never breaks character, but I would love somehow like some kind of documentary down the line. I would love to, in my mind of minds, like Jericho just hugs him, like, yeah, here you go, man, take the reins. That's awesome. Next, we have Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Miro, by the way, former Rusev, has now jumped ship to AEW because he got let go. He is wrestling Eddie Kingston for the AEW TNT Championship. Miro being the champion, he called out Eddie Kingston, and this has just been based off. He called him out. He wants a match. This is perfect wrestling. This is just simple wrestling. I just want to beat the shit out of you. You want to beat the shit out of me. And since Miro called him out and challenged him for his title, for his own title, it's just been a war of words, and it's been awesome. They are two of the best in the game. They've been killing it. Miro's going to go over. Next, we have a steel cage match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, where we have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, who are the champions and heels, by the way. That's happened within this year as well. The Super Elite has been formed. We have Don Callis, the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, the Young Bucks, and from North Carolina, which he's not, he's from Winnipeg, Kenny Omega, the only, now he's two champions, Mega Champion and no longer the Impact Champion. He won that and lost that already. Christian is a champion. And the AEW World Champion. And they're gonna go against the Lucha Brothers, uh, Penta and Ray, with Alex Abrahantes in their corner. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I don't think they're ready to lose yet. Which is I say that in a sad way, and not that the Bucks deserve to win. It's more at the cost of the Lucha Brothers. Like that's the part I have a hard time with. Like I assume the Bucks are gonna win. They will lose the titles eventually, but I don't know to who, and I don't think it's the Lucha Brothers. I would love to be wrong in this case. Please let me be wrong. That'd be cool to see the Lucha Brothers as the AEW World Champions, World Tag Team Champions, and see them move on. And further kind of storyline and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the Bucks are going over in this. Unfortunately, at the expense of the Lucha Brothers. Next, we have the singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. That is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Chris Statlander. Britt Baker has just fulfilled the destiny that we all given her when she started in AEW, and she is finally the Women's World Championship, and she's actually finally the full package that we always wanted. She is a heel. She's great at a heel. In-ring stuff is awesome. This is great. I think she's going to be Chris Statlander. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a good match. And that's it. Not much to say. I think it's going to be a really good match. This might be one of the ones you watch out for. Personally, on this card, I think the main event's going to be the best unless we get a swerve at the last one. All right, next we have on the card Kenny Omega, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, and also the Triple A Mega Champion, versus Christian Cage, the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. That's right. Kenny Omega in the past year has turned heel, beat up his friend Adam Page, created the Super Elite with the Bucks, and the Good Brothers, Don Callis being the mastermind behind all of this, and has become a belt collector. He has won the Triple A Mega Championship, which he actually won when he was face from Phoenix in Triple A. And then he won the Impact Championship from Moose. I think that's right. I don't watch too much Impact. Um, they also have a working relationship right now, by the way, with New Japan, so it's kind of cool. Like Moose was in like the pay per view, and Jay White's been on Impact, which is crazy. And Chris Bay just joined the Bullet Club. Anyway, yeah, I think Kenny's gonna go over in this one. I think we set up the match that was supposed to happen. I think we all thought in our heads was Kenny versus Adam Page. Adam is out, and I believe the reasoning kayfabe is like he lost and all this other stuff, and he feels bad about himself. But I think in true life, he has a kid on the way. Wants to be a dad, take time. Also, Delta's on the rise, so kind of crazy. I can't speak for him. I'm not. It sounds like I'm talking for him. I don't, but I'm just assuming he's about to be a dad. He wants to be there for his wife. That's what I'm assuming. Because I would do the same thing. And AEW is awesome. They're like, hey, yeah, we'll move stuff around. You come back, you're back in the picture. That's how I'm seeing it. So I think Kitty's gonna win. Also, Christian already took a belt off him. That's fine. Heel shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. And maybe we'll get a debut. Maybe we're not. Maybe Paige comes back. Who knows? So Kenny over, no problem. And then what seems to be the main event, and I think honestly this should be the main event, and only because normally I want the World Championship to be the main event, or like the Women's World Championship to be the main event, because those are the two top belts, right? This is different, and this is for the title. Not really title, but we have Darby Allin, who is just fulfilling the prophecy we've given him, as well as like the chosen one of AEW, like the new Jeff Hardy, basically, like just in ring craziness and so over with the crowd and just a marketing machine. Who's, by the way, with Sting. Sting debuted. I don't know if we talked about that. Sting debuted past year. It's Sting. I think you could hear Mark cry in the city of Philadelphia. You just open the window, you could just hear like a wailing of Mark just being so happy. But yeah, Darby Allin recently called out the best in the world. And the best in the world showed up. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Chick Magnet Punk. CM Punk. Phil Brooks himself has debuted for All Elite Wrestling. The second episode of Rampage, it was the first dance, it was called. It was literally at the United Center in Chicago, like where the Bulls play. And Punk debuted after, I believe it said 8 years away, when he randomly left that Raw after the Royal Rumble. So yeah, the best in the world. CM Punk is now in AEW. He just got physical last night of this recording, with 2.0, which are Everrise from NXT, and Danny Garcia. Like they all just like, he's the first time he had actually got physical and he got in Darby's face. He wants to work with the young guys, like he said. He had some interesting teases when he was asking the crowd if they think he still has it, and then they kept saying yes, yes, yes. And he's like, well, hold on, that's some other guy's shtick. You got to be patient for that, which is going to be my last topic. So this match, let's get to it. I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to go with Punk, and I don't necessarily think he needs to win. He's back. That's all that matters. I also want to touch on, because this is not like a podcast thing. Also, we're going 20 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'm just long-winded. Punk is in the same locker room as Colt Cabana, and they are no longer friends, and there's a lawsuit. I don't know if it got settled. Just saying. That's awkward as shit. I think Punk's going to go over, though. I don't think that's a bad thing for Darby. If Darby wins, Jesus Christ, that's CM Punk just being like, yo, seriously, you're the dude. It says MJF and Darby like, hey, you motherfuckers are the guys. Like, have fun. Now to touch on the last thing I wanted to say. So Andrade now is fighting a mysterious. Yeah, I guess that's a mysterious opponent. And it's been rumored to be no one. No one. It's literally got announced last night. I think we have two choices now, right? We either have the Flight of the Valkyries play, and we see the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Former WWE champion Daniel Bryan is no longer with WWE. He literally lost a loser leaves SmackDown match to Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. We acknowledge you. Um, he lost. And I was like, wow, this could actually go anywhere. And they were like, hey, he really hasn't signed a contract. And none of us believed it. He was like, no, for real, he really hasn't signed a contract. And none of us believed it. He was like, he might sign a contract if WWE starts working with New Japan. And Nick Khan, the worst of the cons, between Tony and Nick. They're also not related. It's just funny. They both have the last name in pretty high positions within their companies. Nick Khan cannot come through with a deal with New Japan. So Tony Khan came in with a deal with New Japan and a shitload of money. And the rumor is we're going to see Bryan Danielson, that's right, the American Dragon, show up in AEW. So Andrade versus Bryan Danielson. It's so hard to break the Daniel Bryan thing, but it's Bryan Danielson. Wow, that's a dream match. I don't even think I'll have to. I mean, I'm not gonna post it, but I wonder. They had to go at each other in WWE, right? Maybe not. I don't know. So there's that. Or just recently, the longest reigning NXT World Heavyweight Champion. That's right. The leader of the former Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bay, has not signed a contract with WWE. His contract was up in July, and he basically signed a 1 month thing to finish out storylines. And after the last takeover, he had till Friday. He met with Vince McMahon. Rumors he never signed a contract. He's a free agent right now. But his contract expired. So now this is the thing, right? So when most people we hear when they debut, it's because they got let go from WWE and there's no compete clauses. Malachi Black, who used to be Aleister Black, notoriously this year got messed up because he apparently when he went from NXT to the main roster, his contract never got turned from 30 days no compete to 90 days. Never happened. He stayed 30. So he debuted in AEW recently. He's going against Cody Rhodes, almost retired him, then unretired him because he beat the shit out of him. Now he's taking out the rest of the Nightmare family. He's not the Gun Club because they're bad now. Who cares? And he's wrestling tomorrow night. It could be Malachi Black. You never know. Andrade versus Malachi. They've done that before. That's cool. That'd be fun to watch. Or it could be Adam Cole. So we have Adam Cole, Malachi, or Bryan Danielson. Now, I don't know if it's in the buy-in. See, that's the other thing too. Is it in the buy-in or is it on the proper show? It's going to be interesting to see and how this plays out. But that is my predictions for AEW's All Out 2021, emanating again from Hoffman's Estates, Illinois, at the Now Arena. The tagline, where champions are made. It'll be on September 5th, 2021, which is a Sunday. They'll also change that. But it's only on holidays. So, that is it for me, Carlos, aka your nerd a day. Again, like, share, subscribe for Entrance Rant. Like, share, subscribe for Nerd a Day. Like, share, subscribe for Got Mark 76, which is Mark. He's awesome. He's fucking cool. I think we're hitting the gym later on today. I hope so. I should eat this Popeyes and so I can work it out later. Anyway, we may have more of these. I may be doing more. I don't know. But I had the itch to talk about wrestling, and we have this outlet. And thank you for the ride. See you guys.